welcome to this deep dive. We're going to take a peek behind the curtain on this one.
Okay.
Jonathan Scott and Zooey Deschanel's historic Los Angeles home renovation.
All right.
And let me tell you, it is a doozy.
Okay.
So picture this. You're a property brother. You've just snagged your dream home with your fiance, and bam, the first water bill arrives.
Okay, I'm hooked already. What kind of damage are we talking about?
A cool $5,500.
Ouch. That's a number that would make even a seasoned renovator sweat. You know, it really highlights the importance of thorough inspections, especially with older homes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And this 1938 charmer definitely fits the bill.
Right.
The article says they spent nearly 2 years transforming it, even documenting the whole journey on social media.
Oh, wow.
That adds a whole other layer of pressure, right?
Yeah.
Imagine like millions of fans scrutinizing your every design choice.
Absolutely. Speaking of design choices, the article mentions that Zooey really took the lead there, with Jonathan focusing on the construction, which makes sense given their backgrounds, but it is fascinating how he's never entrusted anyone else to handle design in his own home before.
Right. That's a huge vote of confidence in Zooey's taste.
Yeah.
Though with a renovation this extensive,
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious if they had to make any compromises along the way. Like, did they prioritize aesthetics over practicality?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And you know, those hidden leaks that Jonathan mentioned, those can be a nightmare to fix.
Yeah.
For those unfamiliar with older homes, underground leaks can be caused by a whole host of things.
Oh, really?
Aging pipes, shifting foundations, even tree roots.
Yikes, that's good to know. So not only are they dealing with the typical renovation headaches, they've got this massive water bill and the potential for more hidden surprises lurking beneath the surface.
Right.
Did they bite off more than they could chew, or is this just par for the course when you're restoring a piece of history?
That's what makes this deep dive so interesting. On the surface, you have this glamorous couple creating their dream home.
Yeah.
But beneath that, there's this undercurrent of potential stress and unforeseen costs.
Oh, totally.
It's a good reminder that even for the pros, renovations rarely go exactly as planned.
And the fact that they called this their forever home adds another layer to the story.
That's right. That statement speaks to a deeper level of commitment. It suggests they're not just renovating a house, they're building a life together, one design choice and plumbing fix at a time.
I love that. But speaking of costs, I can't help but wonder how those lavish parties they throw play into all of this. The article mentions a winter wonderland with a snow machine and a full-on haunted house for Halloween with animatronics.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
Really?
On one hand, those extravagant parties could be their way of celebrating their hard work and creating happy memories in their new space.
It's almost like they're saying, hey, we survived this renovation, now let's party.
Right.
But those parties have to cost a pretty penny, too.
Indeed. It makes you wonder if they factored those entertainment expenses into their overall budget. Or if maybe those surprise plumbing repairs forced them to make some tough choices elsewhere.
Yeah, like maybe they had to cut back on the avocado toast. Just kidding.
Right.
I'm sure they're doing just fine. But speaking of tough choices, did the article mention anything about compromises they had to make during the renovation itself?
There weren't any specifics, but Jonathan did mention that with any renovation, especially one of this scale, there's always a give and take. He said something like, you have to be willing to let go of some of your initial ideas to make things work within the reality of the house and the budget.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially with a historic home,
Mm.
there are probably limitations on what you can and can't do structurally.
Exactly. And that's where having that shared vision becomes even more important. Remember, Jonathan said he had never trusted anyone else to make design decisions in his own home before Zooey.
Right.
I mean, that speaks volumes about their relationship.
It really does. Imagine the trust it takes to hand over the reins of your living space to someone else, let alone someone you are building a life with.
Right, and think about the potential for conflict. Renovations are notoriously stressful, even for couples who aren't in the public eye.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that they've managed to navigate this process seemingly smoothly while also sharing it on social media is pretty impressive.
Totally. It really speaks to their commitment to making this forever home a reality. But it's not just about the aesthetics and the parties, is it? It's about creating a space that reflects who they are as a couple.
Precisely. That's where those seemingly frivolous details like the haunted house and the snow machine become really interesting.
Yeah.
They offer a glimpse into their personalities and how they want to experience the world together.
I'm picturing them now all decked out in their Halloween finest, greeting trick-or-treaters at their custom-built haunted house.
Right.
It's a far cry from the image of Jonathan wielding a sledgehammer on Property Brothers.
It certainly adds another dimension to his persona. And Zooey, with her whimsical style, must have had a blast brainstorming those party ideas.
It makes you wonder if those lighter moments, those shared experiences of joy and creativity, are what ultimately make the stress of renovation worth it.
That's a beautiful thought. And perhaps that's something we can all take away from this deep dive.
Absolutely. Even amidst the challenges of renovating a historic home, facing down a five-figure water bill, and dealing with the pressures of public scrutiny, there's always room for a little snow machine magic and Halloween fun.
Exactly. It's a great reminder that home isn't just about square footage and property value. It's about creating a space that reflects your passions and brings you joy.
And who knows, maybe those epic parties are their way of recouping some of those renovation costs. A haunted house entrance fee could cover a few leaky pipes, right?
Perhaps. But in all seriousness, Jonathan and Zooey's story highlights an important lesson for anyone even thinking about a home renovation. Be prepared for the unexpected.
Seriously. Those hidden costs can really sneak up on you, as evidenced by that $5,500 water bill.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that thorough inspections and a realistic budget are crucial. Don't let the charm of an older home overshadow the potential for costly repairs down the line.
So what's the final verdict? Is this a cautionary tale or an inspiration to aspiring renovators?
I think it's a bit of both. It's a reminder that renovations are rarely easy or predictable, even for professionals. But it's also a testament to the power of a shared vision and a willingness to embrace the journey, challenges, and all.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll get to experience that haunted house firsthand.
One can only hope.
On that note, we'll leave you with this as you embark on your own home projects. Remember Jonathan and Zooey's story. Embrace the unexpected, prioritize joy, and don't be afraid to inject a little personality into your space, even if it means adding a snow machine or two. Until next time, happy renovating.